Good morning. This is Monday Morning Message. This is Rodney Pollard. You can find me on Facebook, Rodney Pollard, or even on Twitter. That's Rev, REVRP on Twitter. This morning I want to talk to you for a few moments about worship. Some things get off my chest, some personal feelings and everything, but I want you to hear this message out. I don't understand sometimes how we can allow God, the one who sees everything, created everything, knows all things, and we have faith in Him, how we can allow our problems to hinder our worship. We can be in a worship service, the Spirit can be there, and I don't really understand it sometimes when people don't show any type of emotion or get excited about the things God has done. I want to invite you and encourage you to check your worship. Even myself, there was a point in time when I was not serious about church, when I was not serious about God and my relationship with God, or even the worship, the communion that I shared with God. But as I got older and wiser and been through the trials and tribulations of this world, I began to appreciate who God is in my life. And I think a lot of times it's how we put God in perspective with our life. If we value Him, if we value the things that He's done for us and how He watched over us and sent His angels down to minister to us throughout our situations, we have no problem with truly worshiping Him and giving Him all the praise and honor. But I don't want you to allow your problems to stop your praise. Problems will come and go, but we serve one God. We serve the same God that we read about in the Bible that brought the Israelites through the Red Sea, the same God who watched after them in the wilderness, the same God who allowed them to cross the Jordan River. This is the same God we praise who brought them out of captivity, the same God that sent His Son down through 42 generations just to save a sinner like myself. He did it because He loved us, not because He just needed to. He wanted everyone to have an opportunity to share in fellowship and worship with Him. So as we go through our day-to-day activities, it's not about church. It's not about all these other things, or who sees you and who doesn't. Now, or I got to get my praise on because there's a crowd around. It can be just you and God. If it's in your car, cleaning up, I don't care what it is. Reflect back sometime. Reflect back and begin to praise God. Begin calling on His name. Calling on Him, acknowledging Him, letting Him know how much you love and that you appreciate Him, and that you know it was only because of Him. Because when your backup was against the wall, when you had nowhere else to turn, your money ran out, friends or few people had left you high and dry, it was God that was on your side. It was God who sat right there, who shedded tears with you when you're crying because you don't know what else to do. He was there. He was in the room with you. God walks in the room with you. He will sit down beside you on your bed, and He will minister to you, will speak to your heart, encourage you to stand up and keep on, because you're not by yourself. Think about the footprints in the sand. When they said there were two footprints for so long, then there became one. God did not leave you. God picked you up and carried you the rest of the way. Not because He had to, not because you deserved it. It's because He loved you. Sometimes we act like God owes us. God should be thanking us because we showed up, or because we accepted Him. It's the other way around. I am so thankful that He saved me, because the road that I was on, the things that I was doing, I should not be here today. Well, now I should be dead, locked up. I don't know, maybe even in a mental institute. But I know it's because of Him that I'm still here. It's because of him that I'm still surviving. It's because of him that I breathe. God created us, and we're his prized possessions. He spoke everything else into existence. He spoke the sun. He spoke the light. He spoke the earth. He spoke the river. He spoke the animals. But when it came to man, when it came down to man and woman, he kneeled down out of the heavens, used his own hands to mold and shape the body of man. He breathed the breath of life in our nostrils so that we may be able to have life. He took woman for form of an operational man, took his rib and made woman. This is not speaking. This is not just some words. This is him actually doing it with his physical hands. The powerful, the most wonderful thing that he created. And we should be able to praise and worship him non-stop. When we get to heaven, we're going to have those opportunities too. But until then, we need to get out on track. We need to be thanking God, and we need to be worshiping him. Right now, if you're watching this video right now, you can stop, pause, do whatever, and worship God in your own way. Lift your hands, lift your voice, shed your tears, hold yourself and rock back and forth, because God is right there with you, and he knows what you've been through. He wants your worship. He desires your worship. He wants to hear from you. So just start right now and give God some praise, because he's been too good to us. He's right there. He's wanting you. He's calling your name. There's someone that may watch this who do not know God, who he's been talking to, and you feel in your heart. Your time is now to seek God where he may yet be found. Find your way into connect, and find your way into confess with your mouth, saying these words right here. God, I confess with my mouth that you are Lord. I believe that you died on the cross for my sins. I believe that you are buried, that you're coming back again for me in the church. That confession will save your soul if you believe it in your heart. Find your nearest minister. Find your nearest church. Walk in there and get to preach your hand. Say, I'm ready to live a new life for God. And I'm going to worship him with all that I have, with all my might and all my being. That's my time for today. Remember, worship him. Worship him. Worship him. The angels did it. We need to be worshiping him too. He's real, and he's right there, and he's waiting on you. God bless you.